While Athletes Unlimited fans show off their moves, the players stay in motion on the leaderboard. For the first time in 4 summers, Marie McCool is a captain, with her rapid ascent landing her #1 overall. Meanwhile, Sam Apuzzo started slowly last week, but this Sunday best puts a major milestone at her fingertips. Better be quick on the draw with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on Bally Sports. Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, presented by Nike. Ready to hit the lights for evening festivities in Sparks, Maryland. It's a muggy, sticky night for lacrosse, and the captains come calling on Bally Sports. Act 2 today featuring the team led by Marie McCool in a dust-up with a squad led by Sam Apuzzo. It is so nice to see you again, along with Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland. I'm Joe Beninati. We'll share time with the field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller in just a few moments. Courtney, once the draft was concluded back on Monday, what did you notice about these two rosters?
You know, both of these captains decided to elect more of a veteran team, and I think they did so because it's consistent. You know what to expect with those players that you're drafting.
If this is your first time with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, here we can give you the basics for how we get the job done. Invite 56 of the very best here to compete for one individual title. Every Monday, we're going to draft new teams of 14. Keep your eyes locked on the leaderboard. The scoring is intense, as the athletes play 3 games in 4 days for 4 weeks. At the end of play last weekend, it was this foursome that made up the Week 2 captains. Look at Marie McCool for the first time ever on top of the leaderboard. Britt Reed has been a captain 5 different times since she joined AU Pro Sports. Taylor Marino, the 2-time reigning champ, for a 9th straight week as a captain. Sam Apuzzo, it'll be odd to see her in purple, a captain for the 4th straight week. Courtney, start with Sam. She couldn't have been much better back on Sunday, and right now she's staring at 100 career goals.
Sam is such a force all over the field, but she really gets things going for her team at the draw circle. She has the ability to win possession. She did it 9 times, which was her career high, but watch out for her. She causes turnovers when she's riding as well. She had 2 2-point goals, but I think it's her energy, the leadership that really gets her team going. And she can shoot from downtown, or she can also dodge down the alley. So she is multifaceted on the offensive end of the field.
Court, the performance back on Sunday really was one for the record books. 256 points in one 40-minute session. On and on we can go about Apuzzo, who's always right there when it comes to MVP points.
She has earned MVP for 15 different times, and every game you can't count her out. She moved up from 27th all the way to 4th. We thought all was said and done, that she had no opportunity to be captain again, and yet here she is.
The next goal, 100 for her. On the other hand, Marie McCool, always been a do-it-all midfielder, and last week, it led to the top of the leaderboard.
You know, when you're one of those Energizer bunnies who's just working hard all over the field, you think of Marie McCool. She's so fluid. She just keeps going. Whether it's split dodging to the cage, using her speed, her athleticism, or it's her vision on attack, as well as from defense to offense. Draw control is where you can find her as well, constantly gaining possession for her team.
And very much a threat for the title in 2024. Field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller's the NCAA record holder for most points. She's always ready to chat. Here she says hello to Sydney Black.
Sid, let's talk that viral swim move from last week. Is that something you've practiced before? Can we expect more of that creativity here this weekend?
Yeah, you know, playing for Jen Adams and Dana Dobie at Loyola, it's just something that they teach us to come second nature. So it's just so much fun to be creative out here, and definitely want to keep showcasing some more creativity, whatever it is. We'll see, but definitely.
And you said a lot of fun here in this squad, right?
Oh yeah, so much fun. Watch out for gold.
Love it. Good luck.
Thank you.
It is a Thursday night. It's game 8 of 24 this summer with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse presented by Nike. Sharing a peek now at the rosters for these two squads. Marie McCool's squad wearing the white jerseys with those gold fluorescent numbers. The attack unit, Kent, Black, Aldave. Watch out for Erica Evans, the threat from north of the border. In the midfield, Sierra Cockrell joining Marie McCool for business this week. Played collegiately at Syracuse. Defensively, Marge Donovan, a member of the PEC. And we're going to get Team McCool against Team Apuzzo. Sam's squad going to go and run with Katie Glynn in the nets. As you look at the roster, a very powerful attack quartet. Madison Ahern will come off the bench. Cassidy Weeks has been sparkling in her first summer as a pro. Defensively, they shape up this way in front of Katie Glynn for Team Apuzzo. It's a veteran group. The rookie Emily Knowles among those vets on the back end. Glynn and DeFada guarding the cage. The officials, Lynn Bowers, Erica Leslie, Julie Wakes, and Kim Kramer on the field. Ronnie Anton is the bench official. Team Apuzzo in purple. Team McCool in the white jerseys, as Sam Apuzzo gets draw control points right off the bat. Team Apuzzo in purple, 20 seconds to clear the midline. As you take a peek at the leaderboard, top of the screen, we'll be showing it from time to time. The colors next to the name associate with the jersey colors the squads are wearing this weekend. We play 10 on 10. There's a 60-second shot clock. O'Donnell works in, feeds to the outside for Geyer's back. Picked up immediately by Caroline Wakefield. Here comes the help from McCool. Float this over the top. Izzy Skate took her eyes off of it. It hit the top of her cross. Ball down. Out of the pack. Coming up, Weeks going to the goal. Off the post. Weeks rings the iron in the first minute. Hannah Dorney goes the other way for Team McCool. Picked up on the perimeter by Katie O'Donnell. O'Donnell, who's the head coach these days at Drexel. Marie McCool will shape up 6 on 6. Sydney Black wants the ball, working against Detweiler. Gets into the alley. Here comes the double team help from Griffin. Slowing the pace, McCool from back behind the cage. Sharing the rock with Sydney Black. Patented split dodge move. Keep the ball hot. 22 seconds to shoot. Kenzie Kent trying to get underneath. On the flip for Black. 15 seconds to shoot. Turns the corner. Nothing there. Shot clock's at 10. Sydney Black sweeping from the top. Exchanging with Dorney. 4 seconds to shoot. Kicked out of there by Katie Glynn. Every goalie saved this summer will earn the netminders points on their leaderboard totals. Dowdy will run. Veteran defender comes cross field, and there's no break here. O'Donnell trailing the play, sets up for the 6 on 6.
Grace Griffin, number 12 in the purple jersey for Team Apuzzo, slowing things down offensively, but it was her defensive work against Sydney Black that is giving Team Apuzzo a good opportunity on the offensive end.
Skane fires and scores! Izzy Skane.
Defense translates into offense. That means your team is on the same page. And Team Apuzzo getting the first goal on the board. Grace Griffin stifling against Sydney Black. A tremendous save for Katie Glynn. And then Izzy Skane, a rookie who was hot during week 1, early off in terms of the draft, and she puts the first goal on the board.
I like how much space Team Apuzzo is giving Izzy Skane on that high wing over there. We see her a lot so far in week 1 take that alley dodge going the opposite direction we just saw her go, and to give her that space towards the middle is dangerous.
Izzy Skane, 2-time Tewaaraton Award winner as the top player in women's lacrosse each of the last 2 springs. Skane, who has goals in all 4 games as a pro. Draw control comes up for Team Apuzzo with a rookie Emily Knowles. Just shy of the 3-minute mark in the opening quarter. You're wagering on this one. Have a peek at the bottom of the screen. You'll see the facts and figures with Geyer's back behind the goal. Team Apuzzo, the favorite. The over and under established at 18.5. Grace Griffin digging in against Dempsey Arsenal. Off the split dodge, Griffin feeding O'Donnell. That one goes wide of the cage. Backed up on the end line. Kaylee Waters in goal for Team McCool. This is a change of possession here and a caused turnover. One on that sprint out to the end line.
You know, a heads-up play on the defensive end, anytime you can beat attacker to the goal line because it's the closest player when and where it goes out of bounds. Megan Ball picking up a nice, easy 10 points for that caused turnover.
Moving towards the 4-minute mark of this opening quarter, game 2 of the day here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. Kenzie Kent from the top. Dempsey Arsenal jitterbugs into the lane. Marie McCool, the captain, wears 4 in the white. Trying to get underneath. Burrows her way inside, then put that one off the frame of the goal. It'll stay McCool ball. Earlier today, Team Marino, a 12-8 winner. Charlotte North, an MVP performance worthy of 5 goals. This shovel shot from Kent goes wide. It's a shot clock violation. Izzy Skane with a lone tally in this opening frame. Each quarter is worth 20 points for all 14 players on the roster. Every play, every moment matters in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse.
Kylie, as a defender, obviously that gives them a boost of confidence for Team Apuzzo, another stop, but how frustrating can it be for the attack?
Definitely frustrating, and I think something to note here too, on this defensive end, Abby Bosco is doing a nice job at cutting the ball off from getting to captain Sam Apuzzo. We haven't seen it in her stick so far on the offensive end yet.
She's barely touched it, if at all, Kylie, you're exactly right. Friends, you saw the leaderboard pass before your eyes a few moments ago. There are 56 players here with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. They're all playing to be just one single champion. When we are finished on August 11th, there'll be 4 medalists handed out. There'll be a defensive team of the year, a defensive player of the year, a teammate of the year, but everybody's battling to be number 1. At the end of this weekend, the top 4 on the leaderboard will be the new captains for Monday's draft. Quick stick inside, and even quicker, Glynn made the save on Eldave, her 2nd of the day.
You know, and it's easier said than done. We just talked about all of these teams being new, the captains just selecting them on Monday. So they've had just a few days of practice and getting to know one another, coming up with schemes, and already we see sets where captains are being denied.
Weeks pumped that one over the cage.
And this is an easy way to get the ball into your stick. Shots goes over, Sam Apuzzo, the captain, brings it on.
Nice pass inside, score! Grace Griffin.
So the first time that Sam Apuzzo is touching the ball offensively, bringing the ball in from out of bounds, she is already finding one of her veteran teammates, Grace Griffin. They are leading Team McCool 2-0 here in AU Pro Lacrosse.
Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is sponsored by Nike. You'd be smiling too if you were the two-time Division I Attacker of the Year. Izzy Skane turning pro in Athletes Unlimited Professional Lacrosse and doing what she does best, scoring routinely. Izzy Skane, in fact, the only other player who's been selected #1 in a Monday captain's draft back-to-back was Sam Apuzzo way back in year 1. It's a 2-0 advantage for Team Apuzzo in the purple. And speaking of purple, Courtney Martinez-Connor, I'm sure Izzy has no troubles with that jersey color after she's been involved in that purple and white for so long from Evanston, Illinois.
You know, I think any time that you get to wear your collegiate color in your professional debut, and then again in week 2, kind of gives you that little boost of confidence.
How good was she at Northwestern? #1 overall selection in the AU Collegiate Draft. She doesn't have to wait long to hear her name on draft days. See the draft on YouTube Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our Kylie Oldmiller and Maria Tribal piece keep you company for that. Early draw story favoring Team Apuzzo in the purple. They've taken the first 3 draw controls. 77 in the purple is Madison Ahern, 5 years with the Irish at Notre Dame. Geyer's back, who grew up on the same block with Apuzzo. They've been childhood friends. Off this sweep, Skane, tough catch by Weeks and a better save there as Kaylee Waters makes the rejection. Waters, who had 11 stops back on Sunday and was one of the game's MVPs, launches this upfield right on the money for Dorney. 6-on-6, Team McCool in the white, Kenzie Kent with it, looking for her captain inside the 8-meter key. You score from behind there, you get 2 for the team and 16 for yourself. On the flip, this is Aldave. Sydney Black loves attacking from that left wing. Beautiful crossover move. She scores! Once again, Black with a killer split dodge.
Sydney Black, the former Girl Scout. When the first look wasn't there, Kenzie Kent smartly pulled things out. Aldave to Sydney Black, and she just gets her defender backing up, feeder crossed over, her jab step, the stutters are too fast for Katrina Geiger, her defender, to match.
I love Sydney Black's attack on that. Like you mentioned, Courtney, she has Katrina Geiger backing up, allowing her to give her a little bit more space than you would usually see an offensive player work for with a split dodge. We always try to teach that, is try to do your split dodge a little bit sooner than you're used to so that you can have that space to get out of it free.
She has the young fans dancing in the aisles here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. We're in Sparks, Maryland. Temperatures hovering around 80 degrees most of the day. It's been a humid late afternoon and early evening, some 20 miles north of Baltimore. You see the wind conditions at the bottom, or the weather conditions at the bottom of the screen. Not much in the way of wind. This is a nighttime game. The lights are starting to take effect. We're still covered with sunshine. Izzy Skane on the outside with just over 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Draws a double team, good stick check takeaway there, caused turnover. Dempsey Arsenal feeds it ahead and off and running. Back comes Team McCool with Megan Ball. A pass that's low, chased down by Aldave. She'll set it in the cross of Marie McCool with plenty of space to go to goal inside. Score! Off the give and go, Arsenal would not be beaten.
A full team effort. Megan Ball, Dempsey Arsenal. I like the quick double on Izzy Skane. They're not giving her a lot of time to possess the ball and see the field. And then a quick in-ground ball play. Andy Aldave to her captain, Marie McCool. Her eyes were up. She attacked the cage. She saw numbers and then found her friend, Dempsey Arsenal.
What I like about this here is that Dempsey Arsenal usually isn't the player to be finishing right there on the crease. She's one of those up-top midfielders, so you usually see her on those strong sweeps or those big outside alley dodges. So to see her be able to get inside and finish on the crease, that's big for her.
Kylie, you make a great point. Our field reporter, Kylie Ohlmiller, a former AU Pro Lacrosse standout. Kylie, on the sideline, has one of the highest assist totals of all time. So does Dempsey Arsenal. The shoe was on the other foot there. She took a nice feed from Marie McCool and went right to the cage, making this a 2-2 game. There are 20 points available for all 14 players on the roster if you win each individual quarter. 45 points for everybody on the roster when you win the game. Sam Apuzzo, 2 in the purple, 1 goal away from 100. O'Donnell plays back behind the cage for Geyersbach. Skane. Feed inside. Weeks defended there by Wakefield. This is goose to the slot area. Geyersbach sent it too tall. Out of the chaos, it comes back to the cross of Ahern, and she'll rewind for Skane. Shot clock's at 10. Skane determined to get to the cage. The bouncer is yanked wide. Closest to the ball where and when it leaves the field on a missed shot. Maintains possession there for Team Apuzzo. That pass to the front picked off. Waters knew it was coming. And this is a turnover back to the team McCool in white with 40 seconds to go. Shot clock's turned off. This could decide who wins the quarter points in the opening frame, and we're going to get a timeout called, taken for by McCool facilitator Christy Foote.
Excellent call by facilitator Christy Foote. Her captain needing that call on the field. McCool was involved in the play, so oftentimes they need that facilitator, the helper, to get them involved on the field and help take those timeouts in critical situations.
Folks, season 4 is here, and the AU Pro Shop has you covered with the latest lacrosse gear. Check out the online store at shop.auprosports.com. It's the destination for player merchandise and exclusive styles that you won't find anywhere else. Courtney, sizing up what she would like on the way out tonight.
Always.
Of USA Lacrosse.
Kylie's got a bunch of that gear. How do we get it? How do we get it?
I don't know. I'm not a player this year. I don't know if I get it.
You're still involved.
You get the fit checks. I've seen you walking in. Please.
Everybody's involving me in their TikToks still, so I'm grateful for that at least.
Sam Apuzzo getting the goggles ready for the resumption of this opening quarter. Just 1 goal away from becoming the first Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse player to hit the century mark. This is the all-time leading goal scorer in 4 summers of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Once again, a captain for the 10th straight week. 2-2 is the count. Possession returning to the offensive end of the field for Team Apuzzo. Marie McCool's squad called time. Christy Foote, we talked about facilitators. They help run the sidelines, the draft. They work with the teams in practices. They're think like a coordinator for the squad. That's what these facilitators are. Is there going to be a deciding point scored in this opening quarter? 20 points on the line for the team that wins each individual frame. McCool with a great speed, looking to dodge a couple of riders. Skane was there at the top of the redefend, and McCool's squad in white gets the last possession offensively if they choose, with 20 seconds to operate. Sydney Black forced away by Detweiler. Katie stays right in her hip pocket. Sydney Black so elusive, working into the alley on the flip for Evans. Erica sweeping, bounce shot, score! Erica Evans with great timing.
Team McCool with not a lot of time to work with, just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. I like getting the lefty involved. Oftentimes, players forgetting that's her strong side. She gets a step on her defensive player right here, Katie O'Donnell. She just keeps turning the corner, and that's the most important part. When you drive to that outside shoulder, turn the corner towards the goal.
And that low-to-low release as she drops her hands around her defender there, to put it to that opposite pipe corner there, that takes a lot of rotation in her upper body. That is definitely something that Erica Evans has practiced.
Kylie Ohlmiller with the definition about why that one worked. Erica Evans makes it 3-2. Team McCool missed its first 4 shots. They've canned the last 3. and they go on to win the 20 points in the opening quarter, outscoring Team Mapuzo 3-2. Evans at the right time. We've played 10 minutes at USA Lacrosse HQ. Game 8 of 24 this summer. Izzy Skane knows that she and her mates are in for a good fight. Done with one from Sparks, Maryland.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Got a really good feeling for some reason. I love that. I know, like, let's go. Come on! Come on! Let's go. Let's go.
Good job. Good
Let's go, guys.
Sydney Black obviously has someplace to go. Let's go. Sydney Black wearing the microphone for us tonight as we go into the game with the U.S. Air Force. 3-2 advantage for Team McCool after 10. Sam Geyersbach is joining us. Sam, how would you describe the defense that was put upon you guys in the first 10 minutes?
I mean, they're beasts. They're a little bit high pressure with some of us, but I think we just need to work the ball a little bit more. They're sliding fast, kind of reading our game, but I think once we adjust, we made some adjustments, so hopefully you'll see them soon in this quarter.
We appreciate the input, 3-6. We'll be back with you before the night's through.
Joe, I love her signature yellow scrunchie. It's one of the things that she wears every single game. A lot of superstitions that these players have on the field.
I was afraid to say the word scrunchie, but you did, so it must be good.
It was in style, then out, and now it's back in.
Team McCool in white has not won a single draw to this point in the game, and that trend continues as Sam Mapuzo comes up with a draw control. Not only was she approaching 100 goals, Sam Mapuzo, in her Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse career, but she's right there at that number with draw controls as well. She and McCool have been at the very top over 4 summers of work. Just passing the 100 mark, going over that with draw controls. We're past the top of the hour. Drive there, fought off by Waters. A BB was sent her way. 2 stops on the night for Waters. Joe and Courtney up in the booth. Kylie O'Miller's our field reporter. Former AU Pro Lacrosse standout, missing this season due to injury. Kind enough, though, to lend us her insights throughout our broadcasts this season. Geyer's back. Bouncer just missed the mark. Traced down along the end line by Weeks. 34 seconds to shoot. Izzy Skane, goals in all 4 of her games as a pro. Already one today, going to the cage again. She scores. Buries that one over Waters' shoulder.
Team McCool in the white jerseys overextending themselves defensively. We see the reach for Megan Ball going for that check. Skane lost it for a hot second, but a quick pickup, and she noticed that she could continue turning the corner on her defensive player. Excellent heads up.
I like the way she put that to the off-stick hip of Kaylee Waters in her shot placement. She didn't necessarily put it to the high corner. She didn't necessarily shoot it low, but that off-stick hip spot is really difficult for Kaylee Waters to react to.
Kylie and Courtney, as time allows, I want you to explain. Earlier today, we saw Charlotte North score 5 times. In what ways are North and Skane different as finishers? They're both deadly. They do it. Do they do it the same way, or is there a difference?
You know, they both like their rollbacks, I'll tell you that. And defensively, anytime you can send that blindsided double, and we saw that happen in the first quarter with Skane, you are able to dispossess. And we saw the same thing with Charlotte North early on. But they're so good that they're able to adapt their game, which I think makes it hard to defend them.
The adaptability is key, especially when you see the other team's top number 1, number 2 defender, and they're also pressing out, making it really difficult for them to get the ball in the first place.
Griffin feeds inside. Quick stick snapped wide by Weeks. Backed up on the end line by Geyer's back. 15 seconds to shoot. Apuzzo on the verge of a milestone. Does she get a touch here? Geyer's back works in, and while she's fenced in there by Wakefield, there's a whistle. Possession goes back to Team McCool in the white with the gold numbers. They cough it up, though, immediately. Emily Knowles takes it and sails right back into the offense, 6-on-6. Down low, Skane going to the cage. She scores. Izzy Skane. A hat trick in the opening half.
Coming from the ground ball out of that defensive end, it's speed and transition. Grace Griffin, her eyes were up the whole time again. Defensively, Megan Ball going for the check as opposed to holding body positioning and feeling that pressure. Skane just rolls right off.
And to your point before, Courtney, Skane is a lethal finisher because of the way she can feel out her defender's pressure. Whether her defender is going topside for the stick check, or they're kind of hanging back on her back hip a little bit more, allowing her to go topside. Either way, she does a great job at staying patient and feeling that out to get her open.
Izzy Skane had a 4-goal game last week against Sam Apuzzo's squad. This week she works for captain Sam Apuzzo, and Izzy, already with a hat trick, has buried 3 of her 4 shots against Kaylee Waters. Team Apuzzo in purple. Not very often. In fact, I only think it's 3 times in her career that Sam Apuzzo has worn the purple jersey. Draw controls mightily in favor of Team Apuzzo, 9-zip in fact. Down low, quick stick again. Weeks pumped that one wide. On the end line, the officials will keep it. Team Apuzzo ball. Geyer's back will bring it in. 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this opening half. Earlier today, a win for Team Marino, the 2-time defending champion. Kane, make it 4! Izzy Skane can't miss. A natural hat trick here in the second quarter, 3 in a row.
Izzy Skane is feeling it here in game 2 of the night. Katie O'Donnell, she's oftentimes relaxed on the field. You just find wherever she is at, she can make things happen. Double team on her, she's relaxed, she finds the open player, and at one point, all 3 players, all eyes were on O'Donnell. Nevertheless, she found a cutting skein right for the goal.
I like this game plan from Team Apuzzo. I think after Sam Apuzzo's last week's Sunday game, I think Team McCool was expecting Sam Apuzzo to be doing a lot of the offensive work on this game. What we're seeing is she's kind of allowing the other 5 players on the offense to really take over, and Skane is really headlining that.
Apuzzo back inside the draw circle. As a center there against McCool. Marie yanks one free, but it's still draw control possession for Team Apuzzo thanks to the sprinter speed of Cassidy Weeks, the rookie out of Boston College. Apuzzo finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell had an outstanding scoring week in the opening week of AU Pro Lacrosse Season 4. Team Apuzzo in purple has the 3-0 lead in the second quarter. McCool won the opening 20 points for everybody on her roster. O'Donnell at the 8-meter key. Geyer's back is next, playing a 2-person game around the screen. Griffin, a 3-time captain at Maryland. Skane, feed, Griffin fires. That one missed the mark on the short side. It'll stay Team Apuzzo ball, 13 seconds to shoot. Sam feeds inside, great stop there. Waters robs Griffin. Save number 3 for Kaylee. 20 seconds to clear the midline in AU Pro Lacrosse. No worries for team captain Marie McCool.
It all goes back to possession. Winning the draw is key. It just gives you more opportunities to have that ball in your stick when the ball's in your stick. May sound cliche, but you then have more chances at scoring goals.
Katie Glynn in the nets for Team Apuzzo has yet to face a shot in this second quarter. We're just about halfway through it. Evans, the last player to strike for Team McCool, finding Black, who has a beautiful goal already tonight. Gets into the lane, drawing a couple defenders. Evans pops out, turns inside, plays catch with McCool, shot clock's at 6. Marie McCool off the split dodge, feeds Evans. That snapshot goes wide. Just 1 second now, it'll be a shot clock violation against Team McCool. Katie Glynn ready to advance. Katie is always among the top 5 on the leaderboard, season after season. Madison Ahern trekking into the offensive end for Team Apuzzo. Griffin, who had a terrific chance, stonewalled just a few moments ago. Weeks, who played in 4 straight national title games at Boston College. There with Apuzzo, who most recently was her assistant coach in Chestnut Hill. Sam ripped off from the blind side. It's kept alive, though, by Geyer's back. Heading to the cage at the 8-meter key. Fires! Waters makes the rejection, and she'll slam her cross down on it in the goal circle. Kaylee with 4 stops. Goalies get 4 points on their individual leaderboard for every save they make this summer. Wakefield's clearing effort interrupted, and now played across to McCool.
Team Apuzzo not making it easy to clear that ball. You have to move it quickly, and you can't be staring down who you're going to pass that ball to. Otherwise, their eyes are all locked in on you.
Arsenal rattled there by Griffin and fouled outside of the 8-meter key. Dempsey will get a chance to reset.
As we take another look at this, the stick being completely horizontal and rocking it right into the attacking player. That's where that foul is called, not meter free position.
Great stick there from Kenzie Kent, flicking that one alive. It's a new 60-second shot clock for Team McCool in the white jerseys with the gold numerals. When you see the leaderboard pop up, you'll see the gold reflective of the team that's wearing the white jerseys this weekend and throughout the 4 of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Hanging out Kenzie Kent. On the flip for Sydney Black. Snaking her way to the cage all the way. Whistle and a call there will send Black for a free position shot.
The broken play almost turned into a goal for Sydney Black. Ultimately, that foul is what led to this 8-meter free position.
And it's buried by Black, rattling it off the frame and in to stop the 3 unanswered from Izzy Skane.
And that was a much-needed goal for Team McCool in the white jerseys. They needed to stop the Skane train.
She's a locomotive at the other end. This time it's Sydney Black, right to the cage with nobody halting her. A beautiful shot of the setting sun here in Sparks, Maryland, home of USA Lacrosse headquarters and Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Team McCool won the opening frame, 20 points for everybody on the roster. Team Apuzzo has control of the second quarter, but Courtney, this is a tight game. The statistics might not indicate it though, especially when you look at draw controls.
You know, a big difference in terms of draw controls, which lead to the amount of shots taken. You have to gain possession. You can't leave it all up to the defense to win that ball back for you.
As we see Andy Aldave stepping in for Marie McCool. McCool had few answers for Apuzzo, and Marie with Sam right there at the top of the heap when it comes to draw control possessions throughout all of AU Pro Lacrosse history. See if Aldave can solve Apuzzo. Sam, 1 goal away from a major milestone, has been in more of a feeding mood so far tonight. It is Apuzzo continuing to reign with another draw control. She had 9 of them back on Sunday. It was a career high. She's really in a good groove her last 2 games.
You know, and that's a 50-50 ball. The ball is into the air. It's just a matter of athleticism and reach at that point, which I have to give the edge to Sam Apuzzo in those instances because she is such a competitor.
Weeks working near the 8-meter key. Challenged on the outside by Arsenal. O'Donnell feeds for Izzy Skane. Skane has 3 goals in the second quarter alone and 4 on the day. Pass to the interior, that snapped out of the air. Well done defensively. Right place, right time for Megan Ball, who is an absolute ball hawk with the University of Maryland and during her time at Rutgers. Arsenault sends it along. Uh-oh. That pass gets away from Hannah Dorney. It's a turnover back to Tima Puzo in purple. Final 75 seconds of this opening quarter. Stick around with us. Halftime festivities to come. We'll take a peek back at the earlier game from today. Team Marino a 12-8 victor. As Ahern jogs back behind the goal. She'll share it with Puzo. Abby Bosco peeking over top of the cage to see the captain, 2 in the purple. As Tima Puzo goes through a methodical offensive set here. There's a 14-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Geyer's back. Working in, gets to her favorite side, her left. Fumbled it though, Wakefield right there. Outstanding defense as usual. Wakefield getting some help. Waters able to clear. One last touch perhaps offensively for Marie McCool. Quarter points being led by Tima Puzo to the tune of a 3-1 margin. 7 seconds left. Long way from the goal with 4 to go. Dorney from deep sailed that one wide, and the horn sounds, ending the half. Tima Puzo has the lead after 2 quarters, and they take down the 20 points for winning the second frame alone.
Big adjustments for Tima Puzo from the first to the second quarter. Obviously, those 3 quick goals by Skane, a large adjustment. But the involvement of Sama Puzo, just facilitating and help moving that ball around, I think changed the trajectory of the course of this game so far.
We've always referred to Sam as an all-around type player. We saw that demonstrated in the opening 20 minutes. We begin our intermissions activities. Kylie Oldmiller and Izzy Skane.
Izzy, for the young players out there watching, you're scoring in a ton of different ways right now. How important is that to practice when you practice your skills?
Yeah, I think very important. I think the more unpredictable you are, the harder it is to mark. And I have such a good offense around me. They're creating a lot of opportunities and distracting the D a lot. So got to be able to score from any different position, not just the same thing. So the more you practice that, the easier it is to do in games.
And you're definitely doing that. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Kylie, the old goalie in me, an underlined old goalie in me, wants no part of Izzy Skane one-on-one from this close. She's automatic. Tima Puzo against Team McCool. Stick around, more to come at the half on Bally Sports. We keep on rolling at USA Lacrosse headquarters this Thursday evening. One half of play complete. Team McCool and Team Apuzzo in AU Pro Lacrosse. Marie McCool's a natural attention grabber in Athletes Unlimited. Her style of play always generates points on the leaderboard. But last week was special, and it earned her her first kick at being a captain.
I think a great captain is someone who is not only able to lead others, but can also lead themselves.
I told you were gonna have a day. Let's go, good job.
There's a bunch of different types of leaders. You might be a vocal leader, you might be a leader by example, and I think that's something that's so unique about looking at all of the best leaders in sport is that each of them might have unique characteristics, but I think it's someone who can really get everyone on the same page as them, get people to buy in, and it's really with, you know, how their attitude is, their mindset, their competitive fire are all things that are extremely important for success in a team.
Players from all over the country in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. This New Jersey native was an NCAA title winner with the Tar Heels of North Carolina. Highly decorated with Team USA, Marie McCool, both the World Championships and World Cup. And she knows netminder Britt Reed extremely well. Played on the same club and high school squad with her since practically 7th grade. Stay right there with us. More work to be done at the half. When we return, Courtney and I will look back on highlights from the first game of the day. Team Marino and Team Reed. We are enjoying a tight game this Thursday night from USA Lacrosse headquarters with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse presented by Nike. The two teams have exchanged quarter wins. Team McCool took the first. Team Apuzzo behind a 3-spot from Izzy Skane, grabbing the second quarter. Back to game one earlier today. Team Marino Court, as usual, following the lead of its netminder captain.
Taylor Marino, she is just one of those captains who leads by example. When you watch her in goal, she just stands tall. She's calm, she's confident, oftentimes getting her team rolling. But Allie Kennedy with the cause turnover that last time. Charlotte North showing that she has vision on the field. And Allie Kennedy does it all over the field. But Charlotte North was the name of the game. She had goal after goal, countless times showcasing her skill in different areas on the field.
North was a buzzsaw with 5 tallies earlier. As we take a look at the Game 1 MVPs brought to you by the U.S. Air Force, Charlotte continues to move up the leaderboard.
And those were the Magic 3. We just talked about Charlotte North having a ton of goals in that game. Allie Kennedy not just scoring, but causing turnovers. And then Taylor Marino, I mean, just every game, it's double-digit saves.
We continue at the half here in Sparks, Maryland, about 20 miles north of Baltimore. We'll get you back for our first half highlights between McCool and Apuzzo. Halfway home in this one, 20 minutes complete, 20 more minutes to go. After 2 quarters, Team Apuzzo has the 5-4 advantage on Bally Sports. Joe Beninati along with Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland. Court, when you watched for the action to unfold in the second half, what needs to change if you're Team McCool?
You know, it all comes down to winning the draw control. They are struggling in that category. It's a matter of getting it away from San Apuzzo, but then you have to make sure that your circle people are working well.
Let's take a peek at the highlights. It's low scoring by AU Pro Lacrosse standards, and the reason is there's been solid defense both ways, especially for Team McCool.
Arsenault and Ball, the two of them working in tandem, and then McCool and Dorney, same thing. You have to tag team together in order to create those turnovers. And then you got Sydney. She's working hard. She's jitterbugging to goal. She's quick off the line on 8 meters. She's been a spark for Team McCool.
Black has 2, Izzy Skane has 4, and she's been rolling, thanks in large part to a lot of draw controls from Sam Apuzzo.
Sam Apuzzo, whether she's winning them or putting them out to her super athletic players on the field, it's a matter of maintaining possession, keeping the ball in your stick, and then that translating into goals. And Izzy Skane, they haven't been able to find an answer. Team McCool here in that second quarter, she just went off. 3 straight goals. She is seeing the net well, and she is finishing every shot she is taking.
Skane with the hat trick +1, 4 goals total. As you look at the numbers that matter most, 5-4 in favor of Apuzzo in the purple. Any other numbers jump out aside from draw controls?
I mean, you look at the caused turnovers taken. Team McCool, the fact that they have 7, that should tell you that they are getting the ball back. They're winning it back despite not winning any draw controls. But then you have to do something with it. You have to generate shots, and then those shots have to finish in goals.
Apuzzo with 5 draw controls, Weeks and Knowles with 3 each for Team Apuzzo. It's been impressive to watch as we get set for the second half. Athletes Unlimited players always kind to wear microphones for us. They want to bring us into the game. They want to bring us onto the field. Let's do that with Sam Geyers back.
You gonna keep picking up one by one, or?
You can take the ball bucket.
How's the flip? Do you good?
Yeah, we won.
Heck yeah, we did. Let's go. See you after. Awesome. I missed you. I'll see you soon. It's good to be back.
It's so good. Thank you so much.
I missed you. Aw. Go Heels. Go Heels. Okay, here we go. Okay, bye. Bye. Here we go. Woo! Hello, White. Hey. I am. Be careful. Careful what you say, or else you'll be fine. Yes! Let's go! Good job, you guys. We're attacking from everywhere. Good job.
A jubilant Sam Geyers back, helping her mates, Team Apuzzo, to the 5-4 advantage as we get set to start the third quarter. It's game 8 of 24 this summer. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, presented by Nike, on Bally Sports with you tonight. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor up in the booth. Kylie Oldmiller is our field reporter. We shout out thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew. They'll be busy, as will we, over the weekend. Doubleheaders here Saturday and Sunday. As you take a look at the overall leaderboard up to the minute, oh, what a surprise. It's Taylor Marino back on top. Those colors reflective of the uniform colors the players are wearing this weekend. Everybody for Team McCool in the white with the gold numerals. They'll be in the gold on the leaderboard. O'Donnell on the feed as the lights are taking full effect now. Sun has set here in Sparks, Maryland. Weeks lost it out of her cross, ball down, and it comes up for Team McCool with Hannah Dorney fouled. 20 seconds to clear the midline. These rosters are 14 per team. We'll have the top 4 on the leaderboard after Sunday's work as the new captains. They draft new sides on Monday for week 3.
You know, a big change that we saw on the defensive end for Team McCool, they're playing a zone, so that means they're in an area, they're pressing out, sending doubles in certain spots, so a little bit different than what we saw in that first half.
Kenzie Kent, the all-time leader in assists, shovels for Erica Evans. Evans, a whirling dervish inside that 8-meter key. Floats for her captain, Marie McCool. First time for Marie as a captain in 4 summers. Bouncer here over top of the cage. Sydney Black chasing it down. Comes up with the first-time ground ball on the inline. That was neat. Black going right to the cooker here with the feed off of McCool and covered up by Katie Glynn. Glynn, who was a captain in week 1. She wore blue. This week she wears purple, and if you check out her goalie stick, she, as always, changes her shooting strings to match the jersey colors.
And you have to be a stick doctor to be able to do that. The fact to change it out from week to week, sometimes these players get to be in those same colors. 2 players are wearing the white jerseys.
Woo, wicked drive from Geyers back. That one high heat to make it 6-4.
So that's the only problem in a zone. Sometimes is you're shifting around. It just leaves the player with the ball a little too much space. And as soon as Geyers back got the pass off from O'Donnell, she caught the ball. She was stepping down into it. She was already in a shooting position before they had rotated.
And you saw there, it was between Marie McCool and Caroline Wakefield on defense, who kind of just looked at each other after the play and said, hey, should I have gone? Should I have gone? And you saw them talk through that in the huddle in terms of who Sam Geiersbeck, whose zone she was in when she was shooting that.
So much of it, Kylie, a communication game. And as we get back into the draw circle, it's been a field day for Sam Apuzzo in this discipline. 12 zip for the team in purple when it comes to draw controls into the second half. And that trend continues. Apuzzo, who's picked up an assist earlier in the game, she has points in all 43 of her games as Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse attacker. We get a timeout called by Team Apuzzo facilitator Renee Dowd this week, and it'll send us to a TV timeout. With Team Apuzzo on top by 2, we'll get you back for more in the third quarter, right after these words. As you see the Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse scoreboard divvied up into thirds, Team McCool wins the first, Team Apuzzo gets control of the second. They each take down 20 points for everybody on the roster as a result. In this third quarter, it's Sam Geiersbeck with the lone goal. Team Apuzzo by 2 points, and that goal from Geiersbeck, we have her mic'd up. It sounded like this into the game.
I'm with you, Kath. Yep. Let's go! Oh God, this isn't my office. Hey, that's textbook.
Sam Geiersbeck not bothered at all by wires in her eyes. Jeez Louise, it's 6-4 before we start to and restart in the third. Here's Kylie with Sam Apuzzo.
Sam, can you tell us a little bit about the game plan heading into this game? I mean, you only need 1 goal to get to 100 goals, but you're playing super unselfish, and the draw controls are really speaking out. What's the game plan?
I think just play together, play fun, play free. We have a great team with a lot of threats, just using all of our threats throughout the game.
Awesome. Good luck. Thanks.
Ladies, we appreciate it. Sam Geiersbeck, the last goal on the board for Captain Sam Apuzzo. Courtney, Sam's been a captain 10 straight weeks. Only Odyssey Sims in AU Pro Basketball has spent more times as a captain, 11 straight for Odyssey. Sam on the verge of that major milestone. We're back to the live action. A pass to the inside, just yanked wide, backed up well. Halfway through the 60-second shot clock. Team Apuzzo in purple. Skane bluffing that pass over the top of ball, and the return for Weeks is too tall. It's a turnover. Back to Team McCool in white.
You know, again, there's those caused turnovers for Team McCool in the white jerseys. They're physical, they get on your hands, they're active, but they just need that to start translating into some goals being scored on this offensive end. 9
miscues, 9 turnovers for Team Apuzzo. Those are costly as well on your leaderboard total. McCool bluffs it. She gets inside the 8-meter key. She's fouled, and this will lead to a free position shot.
The free position stemming. Katie O'Donnell will be behind. She was almost like a deer caught in headlights, and that's that walling call here in AU Pro Lacrosse.
McCool against Glynn. She buzzed it wide. Backed up on the end line by Kenzie Kent. Defensively, Meg Dowdy right there with her, former Defender of the Year collegiately out of the University of Maryland. McCool, who played collegiately at North Carolina and is a current assistant coach for the Tar Heels under Jenny Levy. Stepping in from the outside off the split dodge. That's a tough pass. Taken down by Dorney. One more looking for Black. Ricochets down to the field, and we get the shot clock violation against Team McCool. Racing out of the pack, looking to go in transition now. This is Katie Detweiler, former Patriot League Defender of the Year 3 times over. And there's a card coming out of pocket. This is going to be offside.
So that's unfortunate. Sydney Black, who does a good job riding, and sometimes we see her go beyond that midfield line, which is the restraining line, and Dorney, who was trailing the play, just needed to stop there. And this is going to generate a green card, which is a minute that a player up opportunity for Team Apuzzo.
Sam Apuzzo drifting back behind the goal on the verge of the milestone tally here with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Geyer's back to her childhood chum. Apuzzo distributes, outside heat, rejected there. Waters made a good-looking stop on a buzz bomb upstairs.
Super impressive because Kaylee Waters went to almost try and intercept or play a little bit of defense behind the goal cage, and then she was able to get back in the cage, reset herself, put herself in position in order then to stop that shot from Skane.
Folks, the AU Pro Sports Shop is now on Instagram. The Sports Shop, the best way to stay up to date on new arrivals, limited edition items, and our exclusive merchandise offering. Head to @AU Pro Shop to follow and connect. Sydney Black peeling this one back on top for McCool. 18 seconds to shoot. McCool from a bad angle. Ripped it off the post, then recovers with a new 60-second shot clock to operate as we have 4.5 to go in the third quarter. This was a 5-4 advantage for Team Apuzzo after 20 minutes at the halftime break. Kenzie Kent lowers her shoulder, working in against O'Donnell. Good veteran matchup there on the perimeter. This is Erica Evans flashing into the alley, a bouncer that goes wide. Backed up again by Black. In lacrosse on a missed shot. Closest to the ball, where and when it leaves the field gets possession. It stays with Team McCool. She gets underneath and scores! A dazzling hat-trick goal for Sydney Black.
Super heads-up play. Sydney Black, whenever the ball goes out of bounds, you can either take your time, resetting something back up, but immediately her teammates clear space for her. She has the ability to beat her 1v1 matchup every time. She is so quick, some nice little stutter steps, and she gets underneath of Meg Dowdy. I think she's just too hard to defend.
Too hard to defend is correct, and in that, you saw the slide coming from Katie Detweiler to the top side, so a really nice heads-up play to dodge underneath closer to the crease by Sydney Black.
Kylie, it makes this third quarter scoring summary level at 1 apiece. If it stays that way, it would carry over. The 20 would be available as 40 in the fourth. We understand there is a challenge, a video review coming The officials will have a peek at the timekeeper's table as to whether or not Black was in the goal circle. It's a goal circle violation challenge after this nifty move.
That nice little split from left to right, getting on that underside. Anytime you can get your defensive players on their heels, you know you have the matchup won. And then the swing, the reaching, you're already out of position. It's just a matter of putting the ball away, which Sydney makes look easy.
Doing a pirouette or two on the way to the net. Did she avoid the circle, both prior to the shot and in the aftermath? If you trounce your way through the circle, it's no goal as well, even after the ball has entered the cage. Have one more peek. Not yet, by my eye.
I mean, from those angles, I think that's the best one to look from. She evades that circle. I do not think it's a goal circle violation. However, obviously, referees have yet to get back at us or with us after they look at this challenge. But you just got to try. If you're Team Apuzzo, why not?
After further review, the ruling on the field is overturned. There is no goal.
Oh my goodness. The rule on the field has been overturned. Let's see if we zoom in and see if any part of Black's foot goes through that goal circle.
So not the left, not the right.
Not anymore. All these steps are after the fact and way away from the circle. The officials, however, taking that goal down from Sydney Black. So we remain in a 6-4 lead. And with Team Apuzzo having the only goal in this third quarter, still in the quest for those 20 quarter win points. Geyersbach is lurking behind the cage. Team McCool's defense, Wakefield, Bosco, Ball, and Donovan. Protecting the netminder, Kaylee Waters, who's backed up by Madison Doucette this week. Geyersbach in a tussle looking for a ground ball here. It comes up for Team Apuzzo. 3.5 left in the third. Grace Griffin off the split dodge. No shooting room yet. Opening up inside there. Great rejection by Waters. She went stick on stick against O'Donnell.
Time and time again, we say that Kaylee Waters makes sometimes those unsavable saves. She puts herself in the right spot. She comes up in those big moments. You want a goalie to make the saves that they should, but Kaylee always happens to come up with those 1v nones, which is very hard to do when you're matched up just with a straight-up attacker.
Kenzie Kent has the rock. Kent with a mad dash towards the goal. Knowles turns her back. Here comes a double from Detweiler. Dorney finds McCool. Shaded again by O'Donnell. Traditional two-way midfielder Katie O'Donnell running the full field at both ends. Black has it in her cross with 13 seconds to shoot. Shifty, fast feet. Skip it through to McCool. Feed it down low for Kent. Not able to get that one in her cross. It's a turnover. Back to Team Apuzzo in purple for the final 2:15 of the third.
We keep giving credit to Sam Apuzzo and her offense, but looking at what her defense has been able to do, they're stifling in the second quarter. They're continuing to do so in the third. So got to take a look at how they're working together on that defensive end.
Getting underneath to the inside, there's Waters again with a stop on Weeks. 4 more points for Kaylee with that save. Ahern run to the ditch there in the corner. Gets a fresh 60-second shot clock with 100 seconds to go in the third frame. Third quarter led just by the single goal from Geyersbach. Griffin makes it 2. Grace Griffin jumping for joy.
Team Apuzzo extending their lead to 3 now. And as Grace Griffin sizes things up, the swing is what created for her. As a defensive player, you never want to create for the offense. They're already good enough as is. So the swing from Hannah Dorney is what gave the lane to Griffin. There wasn't a slide coming soon enough.
What I like about this from Grace Griffin is the fact that she was able to start a little bit farther to the left side elbow. On her last couple of dodges when she gets the ball, she's starting towards the middle, towards the center hash right up above it, and she doesn't have that whole lane to drive to her strong left hand. On that last one, she gave herself more space.
She likes open spaces, Kylie. Her childhood home was on 10 acres of land. Plenty of room to play a lot of different sports for Grace Griffin. It's a 7-4 advantage for Team Apuzzo. 2-0 for the people in purple in this third quarter alone. 20 points available. McCool just won her first draw of the entire night in that department. Hannah Dorney trying to lose the defensive efforts there of Weeks. McCool directing traffic late in quarter three, 60 seconds remaining. Halfway through the shot clock. Deliberate and determined set here off the flip. Kenzie Kent comes some 30 yards away looking for the ball. It's Kent off the two-person game going to goal. Kent fires, scores! Kenzie Kent.
Well, it may look as if Team McCool was slowing things down, maybe taking too much time. They knew exactly what they were doing. From McCool to Kent, she was looking to see what she had in front of her. And I liked her explosive move off of this two-player game. Dempsey Arsenault opened up her body because both defenders went to Kent. So she had the option if needed, but she's a natural side lefty.
Katrina Geiger got picked out of the way and Kenzie did the rest. 39.8 seconds to go in this third quarter. The quarter points 2-1 favor Team Apuzzo. Talented captain for the team dressed in purple has been in a feeding mood, in a draw control mood tonight. She has points in 43 straight games, but she has not scored a goal. Sam Apuzzo on the verge of number 100 in her career. Bosco, as usual, a draw control demon around the circle, came up with a grounder there. McCool sprints to the cage. Marie McCool, she scores! Beating the clock with 24 seconds to go.
So the second draw control in a row, but the second of the entire game for Team McCool that they have won. She gets it to her circle players. A nice little battle ensues. But as soon as Bosco comes up with this ball, her only option was McCool. McCool didn't go to goal straight away. She still has the draw stick. Draw stick not ideal for shooting, but ultimately Marie's like, wait a second, I got a lot of green space in front of me. I can do this. And she made it look easy with the stick that's generally not one that she goes to goal with.
The last two offensive possessions for Team McCool, they had the defense for Team Apuzzo just kind of caught off guard. They have a great defensive set going, so that one in transition right off the draw caught them off guard, and then the one prior to that had Kenzie Kent all the way up top when she's usually down low on that left side, showing some different looks, has been successful so far.
Two tallies, 15 seconds apart. 14 seconds left in this third quarter. Skane, sightseeing, finds Ahern. Ahern lets it go! Off the post and out, big rebound. With 4 seconds left, a 70-mile-an-hour heater from Ahern. As the quarter comes to its end, the third quarter deadlocked at 2 apiece. The fourth quarter now carries over. The fourth quarter will be worth 40 points alone in a nail-biter between Team Apuzzo and Team McCool. Stay right there with us on Bally Sports. We'll bring you the final 10 minutes of regulation, all buckled up from USA Lacrosse headquarters. Geyer's back and friends in a shootout with Team McCool. scoreboard and see how important this fourth quarter will be. The third quarter, a 2-2 deadlock, so those 20-quarter win points carry over. The fourth is now worth 40. There was a circumstance, though, in that third quarter where we thought Sydney Black was on the board. Sydney's been wearing a microphone for us. We can review that play and listen in on the talented rookie's reaction. Into the game.
That's all right.
She let the official there, Erica Leslie, off the hook. We thought that one should have counted.
You know, from the angles that we saw, it looked as if she stayed well out of that goal circle. But we're all the way up at almost a look in the sky, bird's eye view.
There's Katie Glynn with the purple shooting string, set to start this fourth quarter, 10 minutes left. Tight one-goal game earlier today. Team Marino dusted off Team Reed in that goalie battle of captains. A 12-8 decision. Team Marino getting a 5 spot from Charlotte North. Izzy Skane had 4 goals in the first half tonight, helping her propel up the leaderboard you're going to be seeing at the top of the screen. The colors next to the names associated with the jersey colors for the players this weekend. First of 3 games for them. Friday's a practice day, leisurely. Doubleheader Saturday and Sunday to come. New captains, the top 4 on the leaderboard when we're done with business on Sunday. We'll draft Monday. You can see that on YouTube. Kylie Oldmiller and Maria Trivalpiece are the hosts. Sydney Black spins, looking to go to the cage with her captain, Marie McCool. First time for Marie with a captaincy. Split dodge, flicks that one wide of the net. It'll be hustled down. It'll stay McCool ball with 6 seconds to shoot. We play with a 60-second shot clock. Shovel shot here, snagged by Glynn. Fine save there as she stayed with it all the way for her 4th. Katie had a bunch of stops last week. This is the same Katie Glynn who will play for Germany in September in the Box World Cup tournament. You just know Mom and Dad are watching, Ted and Debbie. Dad, who is often part of Katie's warm-up routine, coached her for so long. This is a hold, keep possession for McCool. It came inside of the 8-meter key. Free position coming up now for Katie O'Donnell. A chance to give Team Apuzzo a little breathing room.
As the referees talk things over, the 8-meter position in AU Pro Lacrosse, it's only taken from that center hash. As we take one more look at the defense, it was that excessive fouling that the referees were calling that hold on Marie McCool. Kylie, I'm not quite sure what they could be discussing at this point. Any inkling?
I think it might have been something close to if she was stepping outside of that 8-meter or if she actually was on the inside of it. It also could be a shot clock or game clock change. You see one of the referees heading back to the scorer's table, so it might be a change on either the game clock or the shot clock that we'll see.
Waters doesn't seem to be all that bothered by the fact that she's going to go one-on-one here with Katie O'Donnell. McCool, though, immediately put up the protest. She thought O'Donnell was losing her footing on her own. O'Donnell sets up shop, ready to crank it up and score! Katie O'Donnell.
Katie O'Donnell breaking the seal here in the fourth quarter off of a foul committed by captain Marie McCool. A strong finish. We see her give her stick side just a little bit of space as she hedges just towards the left.
She was kind of looking as if she was going to that off-stick side of Kaylee Waters. If you watch her eyes on that, her head was going to the right side of the cage, and she kind of pulls it back to the stick side of Kaylee Waters, which is usually a place you don't want to shoot, but with that deception of the eyes and the head fake, it went for Katie O'Donnell.
Kylie, nobody was a better shot than Katie O'Donnell last week. She led Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse with a 64% shooting effectiveness. She bags another one from free position, makes it 8-6. This fourth quarter, a carryover from the third is worth 40 points for everybody on the side that wins the fourth quarter alone. If you win the game, everybody on your roster gets 45 to add to their leaderboard totals.
You know, a key to a captain who's willing to do whatever it takes. Sam Apuzzo at the draw circle. I think that's been a really big deciding factor for her and her team, as well as just trying to shake her shadow left and right. Bosco has just been in her hip pocket the entire game, really making Sam have to work to get open. But when you take away a defensive slide, it makes the rest of the defenders have to travel from a much greater distance. So that opens up the lanes.
Skane gets inside, then triple team. Then she vacuumed one over top of the net. That's Defensive Player of the Year last year, Abby Bosco, who's been trying to shut off Sam Apuzzo. Inside there, stuff attempt made by Waters, as there was another collision near the goal circle, denying Geyers back.
One more little peek at the defense by Caroline Wakefield. And as Geyersbach left her feet, is it due to that extension of the arms by Caroline Wakefield?
Geyersbach will tee it up from free position, trying to follow O'Donnell with another goal. Geyersbach rips home her second on the day. It's a 3-point advantage for Team Apuzzo.
Quick up the line is always a key for an 8-meter free position. You see Geyersbach lifting her stick high as well, changing where she's shooting that ball. She's not going high to high, she's then snapping her wrist for a low-angled shot.
And Kaylee Waters in goal has been really good on the high shot. So I like that you said that, Courtney, that Sam Geyersbach was able to realize that play from Kaylee Waters so far in this game and adjust on that free position.
Those two free position goals, Kylie, coming less than a minute apart against Waters. Back-to-back O'Donnell and Geyersbach strike. It's a 9-6 advantage overall, 2-0 in the fourth for the team dressed in purple. These two sides looking for the 40 points, quarter win points that are available after the third quarter carryover. Kenzie Kent waiting for reinforcements. Less than 7 to go in regulation time. Team McCool gets Team Marino on Saturday. Team Apuzzo gets Team Reed on Saturday. Britt Reed's squad falling earlier to Taylor Marino's side. Black forced away. Sydney Black will try it again. On the feed here, snapshot, rebound, another great chance. The players on Team McCool thought the initial shot went in. The players on Team McCool reacted as if that first shot tickled the twine. Arsenault let it go.
Officials review for a goal.
Dempsey Arsenault with a quick release right here. Does this go? Rattling around the frame behind Glynn. Deflected off of Glynn, went up towards the roof of the net. Kent was there for any potential follow-up, but by the way the players who are dressed in white with the gold numbers were reacting, they thought the initial shot from Arsenault was good.
So I think it hit that crossbar and then went straight down. The big difference is the entire ball needs to be cross that goal line. So was it over the line completely before it came back out? Obviously all the players on the field think yes.
The officials' review continues after this. The initial shot from Arsenal prompted a celebration, an arms raised celebration by several of those players in the white uniforms. Kent was there just in case. Everybody on that side thought Arsenal's initial shot went in. The officials are reviewing that now as to whether or not we are 9-6 or 9-7.
And this is the officials' review. This is not a challenge.
Correct.
For Team McCool, which is important to note. So they still have that in their hip pocket should they need it later.
6:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse presented by Nike on Bally Sports with you this time around. A Thursday night game 8 of 24 this summer. Season number 4 with AU Pro Lacrosse. And Katie Glynn awaiting the word of the officials as we'll hear the
ruling
review.
On the field is confirmed. There is no goal. The second shot was taken. It'll be white ball, the goal line, below the goal line extended.
So Team McCool continues with the ball, and Katie Glynn can set up shop defensively. This stays 9-6 in favor of Team Apuzzo. Goals from O'Donnell and Geiersbach, both from free position here in the fourth, giving Team Apuzzo's side a little bit of breathing room. Kenzie Kent isolating from the wing. Bring it back up top. Dempsey floats it for McCool. Right back to her Team USA mate. Quickly to McCool, short side. Shut down there, Geiger defensively. She and O'Donnell look so much alike, 8 and 9 here. From the angle, it's set wide. They race to the sideline. Continue to battle for the ground ball, and it comes up for McCool. Another 60-second shot clock.
It's been impressive that Team McCool has been continuing to get possession after those shots on goal. The reset of the shot clock, it's not a gimme. You got to win the ball back as well. So they've been very heads up on that, focused on running those ground balls out.
Dowdy on Dorney. Team Apuzzo in purple. Knowles is in there, and it comes up for McCool. 28 seconds to shoot, 5:15 left in the fourth. McCool with some catching up to do, rips it off the post. Big rebound secured by Katie Glynn. And all of those players in purple for Team Apuzzo exhale. That was awfully close. Dowdy jogs it across the midline. Team Apuzzo, its captain has assists today, but she has not scored a goal. Sam Apuzzo on the verge of 100. Apuzzo with tallies in 40 of her first 42 games. And points in all 43 with her helpers today. Apuzzo has it now against Bosco. Work it on top for Skane, who had 4 goals in the first half alone. Watched by Ball. Spin it back behind. Ahern feeds inside. Another great stop inside by Waters, her 9th. Kaylee Waters, who finished 13th on the leaderboard last summer, made 55% saves in week 1, having another strong game tonight. Ball cleared to the midline and picked off. Knowles will race ahead with it for Team Apuzzo in purple. 4 minutes to go. A 3-point advantage. Ahern wants it in her cross. Sharing the ball with Geiersbach, who's in no particular hurry right now, with her team on top by 3 points. Back behind the cage, working in, it's Ahern. Splits 2 and gets fouled. The free position shots have been very kind to Team Apuzzo here in the fourth. Here comes another one.
Good defense by McCool. I believe the foul is, no, McCool is behind. I was going to say it's on Caroline Wakefield.
Score! Ahern on the 30th shot of the game for Team Apuzzo. 3 straight free position shot tallies. If you foul Team Apuzzo's squad inside the 8, you're playing with fire. Heavy duty fire from Madison Ahern. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is sponsored by Nike. Little dancing, lots of yelling and screaming for their favorites on the field with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse presented by Nike. Shaping up for the final 3/27th of the fourth. You see the scoreboard divvied up into quarters. Team Mapuzo in control of the fourth. That's worth 40 after the third quarter carryover. Courtney, there have been a couple of really close calls that have gone against Team McCool.
The first one being Sydney Black. We didn't see from our angle. The referees are looking at different angles than we are. And then here's the second one, Dempsey Arsenal with the rocket. And it looks like the ball hits under the crossbar, goes down. You can't exactly see where it hits, but you see that the ball is kind of well inside of that net. Again, we do have different angles than what the referees can see, but two very unfortunate calls for Team McCool because that game would be closer.
And on field level, you can tell that Team McCool is a little bit frustrated with the unevenness of the calls from the referees. We're seeing a lot of them for Team Mapuzo and against Team McCool, so we can understand the frustrated level from them.
Kylie, the draw control domination continues for Team Mapuzo. They've won 16 of 20 unofficially in this game tonight. It's a 10-6 advantage for Team Mapuzo on the strength of 3 goals from free position shots in the fourth alone. They're in charge now with 3 minutes to go.
And Kylie, would you be speaking of that at one end of the field where they're awarded 3 free positions back-to-back, that maybe there's some questionable calls that Marie McCool and her teammates could have had an opportunity for an 8-meter free position themselves?
Absolutely, and sometimes, you know, I think the biggest thing is these refs have a really difficult job, and to keep it even is one of the biggest things they want to see from both captains.
O'Donnell let that one fly, snared by Waters. Counter-attacking. Here comes Team McCool in white with those gold numbers. On the way to the cage, Megan Ball delivers for Kenzie Kent. Familiar pump fakes from the left-hander, looking to find a passing lane now. She and her mates need 4 in dramatic fashion to tie. Earlier today, Team Marino bested Team Reed. On Saturday, Team Reed gets Team Mapuzo in purple. Team McCool will square off with Team Marino in blue. Black on the go. Off the split dodge. Sydney rolls back. Finds Arsenal. This way for Dorney, who played collegiately at Notre Dame. Dorney spots Black, who played nearby at Loyola. Familiar moves now. Hesitates and fires. Just missed that one by a whisker. Backed up by McCool with 5 seconds to shoot. As she gets repositioned, this is likely to be a shot clock violation against McCool. As Glenn looks to clear. Those are expensive, Courtney. Those shot clock violations cost everybody on your roster points. Folks, experience AU Pro Lacrosse in person here in Sparks, Maryland. Saturday's Pride Day, featuring a Progress Pride flag giveaway for the first 250 fans. Go to auprolacrosse.com to buy your tickets today. We look forward to seeing you this weekend. Another busy one with AU Pro Lacrosse. Team Mapuzo knows they've got a stranglehold on this one. 10-6 and just a minute to go. There's a 35-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Angling in here, a pass that's deflected away and scooped up off the carpet. Pressure coming on the ride and redefend. Waters and her mates have 20 seconds to clear the midline. Veteran Wakefield will pump it ahead, and Arsenal cruises along. Just 30 seconds left. McCool give and go with Arsenal. Then Kenzie Kent skip it on through. It's off of the cross of Marie McCool, and it's going to be Team Mapuzo's day. Sam Mapuzo, despite a goal to this point, Mapuzo, who's done a lot of everything else, watching her mates in control by 4. Looking to the cage here, the pass for Skanes deflected. The final 6 seconds will tick off. It'll just be the 3rd time, all time in 43 games, that Mapuzo doesn't score a goal, but she and her mates win the game. That matters most. They win the 4th quarter 40, they win the 45 for winning the game outright.
And And you got to give a lot of credit to Captain Sam Apuzzo for putting together a stellar performance at the draw control. She was basically doing what she wanted in terms of giving the ball to herself, getting it to her circle players, and getting those possessions over and over to her teammates.
Such a difficult fourth quarter, Courtney, for Team McCool. They were 0 for 7 shooting in the final 10 minutes, not able to make up any ground. As you see the leaderboard flipping on the top of your screen to the left, those colors to the left of the names, reflective of the uniforms they're wearing this week. Top 4 on Sunday will be the new captains. We'll have a draft on Monday for you. You can see that at 7 o'clock on YouTube with Kylie Ohlmiller and Maria Trivalpiece. 56 players in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse presented by Nike. Just one champion. Taylor Marino is the 2-time defending champion. A winner earlier today over Team Reed, 12-8. It was Charlotte North who was the difference maker in that one. In the aftermath of this win, Kylie Ohlmiller is standing by with Emily Knowles.
Emily, you were all over the field today. Draw controls, pushing on defense, pushing transition. What was it like playing for Captain Sam Apuzzo, and what was the game plan like heading in?
It was awesome playing for Sam. She just really encouraged us all to just go for it, have fun. I mean, we were all just having each other's back, supporting each other, so I knew like whatever I did, someone would be right behind me in case I needed them. So we just really played as a team, and it was just fun.
Out of breath. You really worked hard here today. What's been the biggest difference coming from college here into the pros?
Physicality. They let things go a little more, which is nice for us defenders. But it's just been fun. Really fast pace. Great to just keep going. Really keeps the fans engaged, keeps us engaged. It's just awesome.
You had a great day today. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Kylie, thank you. Emily Knowles, who credits North Carolina defensive coordinator Phil Barnes as being a great mentor to her. Playing some solid defense in the Apuzzo 10-6 win over McCool. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse continuing Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Team Apuzzo and Team Reed. Go to auprolacrosse.com to find out where to watch that game. For Courtney Martinez-Connor, for Kylie Ohlmiller, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks for your time. Team Apuzzo, victorious.